I'm sure that all of you are now well aware of how bad coronavirus has been to us. Even though most school has been closed and converted to online teaching, many have considered that they should reopen and go back to school. What we need to know is that the school is a very crowded place, and if it opens again, we could face another outbreak of the coronavirus. So, all schools in the United States should not be open, but to continue to carry an online teaching during the coronavirus. So first of all, I will talk about why reopening school could lead to more students and teachers being infected with the coronavirus. Secondly, if the campus is reopened, it will create a lot of unnecessary burden on society. Finally, reopening this campus during the coronavirus is a waste of resources. I will start with why reopen school will lead to more patients. The school is one of the most crowded public places, with hundreds of students and teachers walking around campus every day. Moreover, more of the teaching environment in school is carried out in a narrow classroom, and the students and teacher can only maintain a very close social distance. In addition, there is no ventilation in the classroom, which also makes coronavirus easier to spread. It is well known that coronavirus is most easily transmitted to saliva, and frequent communication between the teacher and students in class is also invaluable. Even though wearing masks can protect against the virus for some extent, it does not completely guarantee the safety of us. According to German Lopez, College Town has accounted for 19 of the 25 corona outbreaks in the United States, and as of October 15, K-12 school had more than 52,000 cases, assuming that the school reopened before the outbreak is fully contained. This will not only mean more coronavirus cases and death, but also have a knock-on effect on us. It is also important to note that reopened schools may cause unnecessary disruption to society. Since the coronavirus is not fully cured, many patients have been treated in hospital for a long period of time, which also leads to serious shortage of medical supplies. If schools reopen, the number of infected people would definitely increase, which also bring pressure on hospital and the country in a visible way. Reopening school would also place a huge burden on the family of us. According to Sophie, even though transmission rate and severe cases are relatively low for young students, students may bring some infection home to their family, and they may face more serious health threat and spread the virus more effectively in the general population. Once the patient is infected with coronavirus, the cost of prolonged treatment can also be high. But not every family will buy expensive health insurance, and not every family will be able to afford expensive treatments. So for those families without health insurance, they certainly don't want their family members to be infected with coronavirus. Some may ask, could we reopen schools if they have the best protective equipment for students and teachers? This sounds a good idea, but it's not practical. To get students and teachers back on campus right away, school officials does not only need to buy a large amount of disinfection equipment in advance to take presentation, but the school also needs someone to continually disinfect teaching equipment. In order to ensure everyone's safety, daily testing must also be necessary, which also means that the school has to check the students and teacher every day. According to Elizabeth Trump, for every school district with 3,659 students in a school's building, hand sanitizer alone would be 39,000. Additional staff to sanitize school would be another 448,000, and if school and bus added to screen students for fever before they board, that will be additional 384,000. I have to say this is unrealistic, because school will not provide those services for free, and not every family will be able to afford it. Hiring professional healthcare workers to prepare for a full day at school is already a large amount, and working during the epidemic is a high-risk business, so school has to raise the salary of teachers. As the current recession directly affects school budget, many schools are struggling to pay for expensive defense facilities. schools and government will not want to lose money if they just cost so much to get students back on campus. Nevertheless, there is no guarantee that the novel coronavirus will be completely avoided. In other words, if reopening schools is really feasible, the states and government certainly will be proof. This is why all schools should be using online teaching rather than reopen campus during the coronavirus. I first mentioned why reopen schools will lead to more patients. Then I talked about how it will create a lot of unnecessary burden on the society. And finally, reopen the campus during the coronavirus is a waste of resources. Although education is very important for the future of students, it is safety and health of all of us that should be paid the most attention. And no one is willing to bear this high risk, so schools should not be reopened and should continue to carry an online teaching during the coronavirus. Protecting ourselves, our own health and safety is the best way to get us back on campus. Thank you.